Most people think that the Big Bang is at least the beginning of our universe and maybe the beginning of everything that materially exists. When the Big Bang theory came onto the scene, a lot of people, including Pope Pius at the time, said, aha, well, here we found it, scientific proof of what the Bible said all along, which is that God created the universe in one big speech act. Is the Bible predictive of a universe that began at a particular point in time?
So, yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
It depends who you ask. As with a lot of theological questions about biblical interpretation, different people will have different opinions depending on whether they are more on the side of scriptural literalism or whether they're more willing to take a metaphorical approach. Generally, in academic theology, the doctrine of creation is understood to be more about a relation of absolute dependence between creation or the universe or the world and God who created it and sustains it. So if you take that view of the doctrine of creation, then whether or not the Big Bang was the beginning of everything in existence and beginning of the universe in time doesn't matter so much. So I think the fundamental difference between science and religion, it's an important question. I mean, there's probably the main one is the difference in methodology, but something about empirical investigation that we're not really doing in theology in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And theological method is more about leaning on tradition, scriptural analysis, reasoned argumentation. I think theologians and philosophers are willing to think a bit more deeply about what it is they're really doing. Whereas scientists, I hope they won't mind me saying, go to the lab, do what they have to do, and don't really ask any deeper questions. I mean, the area of physics that I'm studying at the moment is quantum mechanics, and that's very much the case in quantum mechanics. There's so many unanswered philosophical questions, but the scientists have this shut up and calculate approach where they just sort of go to the lab, do the physics, it works, don't ask too many questions about why it works. Whereas I think we're more willing to sit in uncertainty and have these layers of inquiry and asking questions about the questions that we're asking.